Join us. It is day 2 of Oliver's 2-week board and train. Today he's continuing with his follow command and also introduction to sit and wait, come and place. And here we go with our break. He was introduced to the break command yesterday. That is his release command. Let me go through a couple of the hand signals that he's going to be using along with my verbal. And this will be sit, just 2 fingers bent. Also, when I ask him to follow, you'll see me like scoop air along the side of my body on the left-hand side. With the follow command, the dog can be in front, behind, or to either side. But because he's so little and sort of a trip hazard, the follow command for him is defined as only being on the left side. He can be a little bit in front or behind or out to the side, just so there's no tension on the leash. He visually checks in with me and he turns when I turn. Here we are working on turns. You'll see me pivoting and turning quite a bit. Notice I'm not looking down. My expectation is that he's watching my feet and he's with me. Okay, you can see a little bit of help there with the leash was tight. You can see here he's beginning to understand when my feet stop moving, he's supposed to stop also. He hasn't learned sit and wait at this phase. This is a morning session. And here we go with introduction to sit and wait. Good boy. Oliver, sit. Good job. Oliver, follow. Good. Oliver, sit. Sit. Good job. Oliver, break. Good boy. Good job, Oliver. Good boy. What is the come command? The come command is if you extended your arms out in front of you and drew an imaginary circle around your body. When I ask Oliver to come, I'm asking him to come within this imaginary space. You'll see me bend over and just lightly touch him, not pet him, but touch him to let him know that he has completed the command. Oliver, come. You know, have a little bit of fun, a little bit of playtime. I get really animated to let him know that we are in his break. Good boy. Good job. And he likes to take it back to his board, which is awesome since we're going to be working on the place command today. What is the place command? This is the board that he'll be learning place on. Place is an object that has a defined boundary, so it can be a dog bed, the sport, a bench at the park. It can be whatever you want it to be. That's helpful to you. When I ask Oliver to place, you'll notice that I'll point to the object I want him to place on. That's because place is a directional command. Where you point is where the dog is going to go. Introduction to place and come. I'm going to go ahead and start with his board, and you can see he's sitting on his board. I've done a little bit of work in terms of introducing Oliver to the object here. Normally when a dog first encounters this object, they just walk circles around it and not want to get on it, and that's sort of what he did. So I worked some marker training with him just to introduce this object as the place board. Oliver, come. Oliver, place. Oliver, come. Oliver, place. Oliver, come. Oliver, place. It doesn't matter if he sits, stands, or downs on his board here, just so he doesn't leave the boundary of the board. Oliver, come. Oliver, breathe. Good boy. Good job. With all of his commands in dog training, you're training for the 3 Ds. That's distance, duration, and distractions. Always trying to lengthen those out. I'm going to extend out his line, actually making it into a longer line by attaching it to his 6-foot leash. This is another 10 feet. It's very, very light line. It's like a polyester cord type line, very, very light. I want him to get used to dragging it. It does add a little bit more weight, but hardly any, but looking forward to get tangled around his legs and stuff, and him to feel comfortable with it when it is tangled in that. So here we go. I may even get his ball to throw it, and let's see where we go with this long line. Here we go. Break. Good boy. Good job. Okay, so he's gonna snip it. This is the first time I've attached it in there. And let's see how this works. Let me get his ball. Be right back. Break. Hey, very good. Okay, so he looked like he was pulling his long line quite well. There we go. Break. Send him off in that direction. Good boy. Good job. And using praise as a reward. Good job. Oliver, come. Oliver, place. Oliver, place. Okay, and that was the first time for him working with his long line. I attempted to bend down and pick it up so that I could give him some guidance with the long line, but he ended up not needing it. I just went ahead and worked my buttons on my remote here, and that seemed to help him understand that I wanted him to go back to place. That's the awesome power of e-collars used correctly, is that you can touch a dog, talk with a dog remotely, and opens up a whole world of working off leash later on when we're out the second week. Oliver, come. Oliver, place. So he's starting on day 2 to understand the language of the e-collar. Oliver, come. Oliver, place. Oliver, breathe. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good job. Good boy. What a good boy. So that was pretty awesome for you.